Guys, welcome back again to Playwright with Java Automation Testing Session 32. In this session, you will learn about soft assertion in Playwright with Java. So as of now, you already learn about what are the different type of assertion available, and you also learn about page level, locator level assertion along with negative assertion. But all these assertion are the hard assertion. So in case you are using this kind of assertion and your execution or assertion failed, your execution will stopped at that point and remaining lines of code will not be executed. So that is the drawback. So that is the reason we need to use soft assertion, which will not hold the execution at this point. Instead of that, execution will continue and complete, and it will display you all the assertion failure or the exception after all execution completed. So in Playwright with Java, assertion are primarily used to verify expected condition during test execution. Hard assertion immediately terminate the test execution upon failure immediately. If a hard assertion fails, the test case is marked as fail only, and any subsequent code or assertion within the test will be completely ignored or skipped. Whereas soft assertion do not immediately terminate the test execution upon failure. Instead of that, they will record the failure and allow the test to continue executing subsequent code and other assertion. The test will ultimately be marked as fail if any soft assertion within that particular test got failed. The test cases is only marked as fail at the end, usually whenever at the end of the program, right, assert all call method will be called. Otherwise, though actual failure is happening, still your test case will be treated as a pass only, or your assertion will be ignored or skipped. Soft assertion is useful for gathering multiple failures point within a single test run without stopping at the first. This is useful for scenario where a failure in one assertion does not necessarily invalidate the execution of subsequent checks. For example, verifying multiple attribute of an element where a failure in one attribute does not prevent checking others. So you can try to gather all the failure in a single execution, and after that you can do the analysis. And so that is the way every time you no need to run every line of code to analyze and to figure it out and to fix the code. Soft assertion in Playwright with Java can be primarily achieved using playwright-java-soft assertion library, which will be available in the Maven repository. In case you are using Eclipse and Maven, you can add that dependency in your Maven project, or by utilizing the soft assertion capability of chosen test runner, that can be a test ng or the JUnit as well. So in the upcoming session, we will see how we can implement soft assertion using test ng and JUnit as well. So Playwright Java soft assertion library gives user the ability to use Playwright's built-in web-first assertion with soft assertion. So you need to add the dependency in the pom.xml file, whatever Maven project you have created. After that, you need to create an object or instance for the soft assertion class available, right? Soft assertion, you need to give the object name soft assertion.create. The code soft assertions object equal to soft assertion.create is used to create an instance of the soft assertion class in Playwright with Java. This will allow for the use of soft assertion where test failures are collected and reported at the end of the test method rather than immediately halting execution upon the upon the first failure. The assertAll method need to be called at the end of the program, which will report all failure at the end of the execution rather than stopping at the first failure. Each failure validations will wait for the default timeout, whatever default is 5 seconds. If you just change the assertion default timeout, you can also do it. In the last session, I already explained how to change that default timeout for assertion failure or assertion validation. In case user forget to call assertAll method at the end of the test will pass even if any assert object through exception or fail. So do not forget to add assertAll at the end of the test. Now we'll see the implementation of soft assertion in Playwright with Java. So I have created a new class, Playwright session 32, and these are the steps, nothing, to open a new page for Chrome browsers. and maximize mode, and all the execution will be able to see it. It will be head full mode. Okay, and we are now navigating to the demo guru99.com test radio .html page. Now what we'll do, right, before navigating to the page itself, I can create a object, right, or variable for the soft assertion class. So before that, I need to like import that dependency, add the dependency in the pom.xml file. What dependency will be adding? Okay, so this is the dependency we need to add. Go to the Maven repository path and type here io.github.uchajni. Okay, and click on search. Okay, so you'll be able to get something option called playwright Java soft assertion. Now you can take that, and you can, there's only one version available, right, 1.0.1. so this is the thing you can click, and after that you can take the whole code wherever Maven is there, right, because we want to add in the Maven project. So Maven pom.xml file, pom is nothing but the project object model file. Just copy the code under the dependency section and save it. Okay, it might take couple of seconds time to save the code and to adding all the jar file into the project. Okay, after that what you can do, you can try to create a object soft assertion. If you do not know, right, you just press something soft assertion, okay, soft assert, and you could able to see all the option. So what you need to do, you need to import that interface, right, actually soft assertion, you could see this is the interface, okay, from the io.github. Right, this is the option, right, you can import that one from the these particular packages. Okay, and I can create an object called essay equal to again soft assertion dot create. So that is the way you can create an object for the soft assertion interface. Now I am already going to the page, right. Now we will see how to implement that soft assertion at the page level as well as locator level. So as I already came to the page, so what we will need to do, we need to use that object or variable or instance, right, whatever you created for the soft assertion interface. After that you need to call assert that method, okay, where you can give the page reference. After that you can check something called has, right, title, or has what is the title you can check, or the hash URL. Okay, now if you are changing the URL, say I am not giving the exact URL, so what I will do, I will be giving the different URL. So instead of 99 I can change it to like 888. So definitely it will fail. Similarly what I can do, I can try to check the page level title as well. Okay, so what I can do, what is the title of this particular page? You could see it is coming as radio button and checkbox demo. So what I can give, I can give something instead of ampersand sign, I can give something and sign. Radio button and demo, sorry, radio button and checkbox demo. Okay, so I've changed a little bit. Okay, so it will fail actually. Okay, but let's see the tweaks here. Okay, actually we did not use that assertAll method, you did not call, right, you forget to call it here. So though actually it is failing, right, it will still pass the test cases, right, it will not throw any kind of assertion failure. Now what I can do, I can try to see whether my depending line of code also executing, which is not possible during the hard assertion. So let's add something called code after playwright soft assertion implemented, and try to close the page as well, page dot close. If you want to add print something in the console, you can try to also print it, so page dot title. Okay, so here we are trying to, right, implement the soft assertion, but at the end we did not, at the end of the program we yet to just forget to call, or intentionally did not call the assertAll method to check what's happening actually in case we are not calling this method. Now let's try to run it. So what happened, actually these two will be failed, right, so it will wait 5 plus 5 minutes. to close the browser, but test case will not be failed because we are not calling the assertAll method, because both the step will be failed actually. So it will wait for 5 plus 5 10 minutes, because that is the default timeout is 5 minutes in the playwright. Okay, you could see remaining line of code executed and assertion there is no failure, and also page is also getting closed. So what you need to do if you want to get all the error, so what you need to do, you need to call that object first at the end of the all the code, right, in the particular method or the program, then assertAll method, right? It is coming from the soft assertion interface actually in playwright. Now let's try to run it. Now you will be able to see the all the failure will be coming together in a single execution. So that is the beauty. It will not stop the execution of the remaining line of code, and you can get all the failures in a single execution or a single time. It will again wait for 5 seconds because two failures, so 5 plus 5 10 seconds. It will execute the remaining line of codes. It is closing the browser, you could already seen here, but you could see here remaining line of code also getting executed, right? These two line also executed, but here there is assertion failure. This is also assertion failure, this is also assertion failure. Okay, now there is a, you could see able to see it is coming from org.opentest4j.assertion failed error to assertion failure. What is the first failure? First failure, page URL expected to Guru 99, right? Sorry, Guru 888, but where is coming as Guru 99. So it is failure, and it is waiting for 5 seconds. Timeout is 5 seconds. Okay, that is the way you can get to know what is the exact failure. Second failure, page title expected to be radio button and checkbox demo, where is coming as radio button ampersand checkbox demo. Again, it is waiting for 5 seconds. So that is the way you can deal with that. And line number also coming where it is getting failed. Right here also you will be able to get the line number, right? All the failure it will also show you, right? 38 and 39. This is the two line number. Sorry. Okay, this is the line number will be showing you where actually failing, because this is at the end assertion assertAll method is getting called, so it is actually failing all the assertion. That is the reason it is coming. Now we'll see some of the like locator level assertions. Now let's try to identify any locator here. So we can go with something called the radio. This time we'll go for the radio options. Okay, now let's try to go select the radio options. So it is a option id equal to this bf-7-1 and tag is input. So I'll try to create XPath, press Ctrl F, // tag equal to input, third bracket @id equal to give that id value in that third bracket. You could see 1 out of 1 element is being displayed. So with the help of the locator, we can identify the element. So we'll be creating a locator variable called radio1 equal to page dot locator method I will be calling it, and where we can give that XPath whatever you have created. Now it is done, XPath created. Now we need to import that locator interface from the com.microsoft.playwright. Now it is imported successfully. There is no error, but warning is there because that object or instance or variable I did not create, never used anywhere in the program. Okay, now we'll implement something called wherever assertion will be failed. So is that element is visible, right? So I can check something called is hidden. So what I need to do, definitely I need to use that object first. Okay, so or maybe write it something called assert that, and here we'll be trying to give some locator reference instead of the page reference. Radio 1 is already coming, dot is hidden, so it will be failure because it is visible, so its hidden will fail, right? Then what I can do, again I can try to give one more failure. Okay, dot is disabled, right? So it is enabled. We are able to select something, right? We are able to check some value, so it is enabled, right? It's not disabled or it is not hidden. So both the assertion will fail. Apart from that, if you want to fail other assertion, what you can do, like you can call this one, you can try to call other way whatever you have learned so far, right? Then I'll be giving some called hash attribute dot hash dot has attribute. Okay, and here I can give some name and pattern. So what is the name? Okay, I think type equal to radio. I can give something called type equal to checkbox instead of radio, because that is not a radio button. That is not a checkbox, right? Checkbox will not hold goods because that is a radio button. So here also assertion will fail. Now let's try to run the code and let's see what's happening here. So I have tried to implement 5 soft assertions, so 5 will be failed here. Okay, each will be also failed because URL not matching at the page level, title also not matching at the page level, whereas is hidden, it is not matching at the locator level, is disabled is also not matching at the locator level, and this particular attribute also not matching because type should be radio, not the checkbox. So total 5 page will be there, 2 at page level, 3 at the locator level. But still, like, it will execute the remaining line of code because we are using soft assertions, object or instance whatever created, and we are also implementing that assertAll method at the end. So total 5 failures. So 5 into 5, 25 seconds will wait for every failure 5 seconds. Now after 5 seconds, your page will be closed, and you could able to see the execution result in the console and all the reason for the failure. It is trying to execute, open the page. Every assertion will wait for the default timeout 5 seconds, and 5 assertion failures, so wait for 25 seconds total. After that, your page will be getting closed, and you will be able to see all the execution of assertion failure report in the consoles. Then you can analyze it, you can try to fix it, and whatever required, you can try to reduce the false failure. Okay, by fixing the code. Now you could see it's executed now, and now if you go here top, you could see, right, what is coming here. The top remaining line of code got executed, though your assertion got failed. All the assertion got failed. Why? Because we are using soft assertion. At the end of the program, we are calling assertAll method. So page also got closed, and these 2 line of code also executed. Now you see here, assertion failed error, but 5 assertion failed. So first one is that the page URL expectation not matching failure coming in 5 seconds. Second one is title not matching at the page level, right? It is also failing, waiting for 5 second timeout. And the third one is locator expected to be hidden, but it is not hidden, it is visible, right? It is visible. Unexpected value is visible. So this one is disabled, but it is enabled, not the disabled. Fourth failure, it should be enabled, right? It should be enabled. Okay. And the fifth one is we are expecting checkbox, but actually this is radio button. Okay, you could see receive radio instead of checkbox. So you are able to see it here, unexpected value radio. And where it is failing, at the end of the line, right? Okay, not this one. So at the end of the line is 36 line number. It is failing because where we are implementing soft assertAll method. Now in case you just want to fix couple of problem, so here if you do not want to fail it, okay, you only want to have 2 failure might be. Okay, here you can check something instead of hidden, you can make something dot is visible. So it will pass definitely. This assertion also will be passed. Okay, is this one also I can make it pass. Instead of checkbox, I can make it radio. So total 5 assertion I have tried to implement, right? And apart from that, if I want to implement some negative assertion as well, I can try to implement some negative assertion as well. So what we can do, same way, because by default it is not checked. So what we can do, dot not negative assertion as well, right? For the soft assertion, dot is checked, because it's not checked, so it will also hold good. Total 6 assertion I have added, but out of which only 2 will be failure here, because this will be failure, and also this will be failure because this particular thing is not getting matched. Okay, apart from the remaining assertion only pass here. Okay, let's see. Total out of 6 assertion, it will total 2 will be failed, so it will wait for 5 plus 5 second, and it will give you the result. And out of total 6 assertion, 2 will be failed, and you can able to validate the details of the assertion failure in the console. Okay, you could see only 10 second execution completed here, and you could see now remaining line of code definitely executed because we are using soft assertion. That is the beauty of the soft assertion. And now total 2 assertion failure. Why is the failure? This is the failure title, right? Page title expected non-matching. Okay. And second, it waited for timeout was 5 seconds or 5000 millisecond. And second failure was coming as this one, locator label, which is the disabled part, because we are expecting disabled but actual value is coming as enabled. So this is the two failure coming. Now the failure is happening in the line number 37, because at the end we are calling that assertAll method. So that is the way, right? Instead of using the right normal page level, locator level, not assertion, right, which will be hard assertion by default, you can try to create an object or instance for the soft assertion interface, and then you can try to implement, right, use that object or variable and call that other same way, right? And what is the beauty? That you can execute the remaining line of code without any issue, and you can get all the assertion failure, right, in a I mean everything consolidated in the console. And after that you can analyze and fix the code, or in case it's genuine failure you can log as a defect. Okay, so that's all about the soft assertion in playwright with Java. Thank you.